Like, but I mean, working at No Jumper and people hitting me, asking me about that, it's one of those things where it's like, I just break it down. Yo, I kind of got lucky. I was building this at the same time. I met these people. It was a combination of a whole bunch of complex things to happen, not just like one moment or just like one, like, oh, I just applied and then they called me. You know, it was like a process over years. Like that started from my original YouTube studio.
Gotcha.
Or my YouTube channel.
We on? We live? Thank you. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. I am your host, Albert Fig, and in this week's episode, we're rounding up our LA trip. We've been here for 2 damn days, and it feels like for too damn long, but we got a special one right here. I got the homie Samuel co-hosting, and we got the honor and the privilege to be joined by Trevor. What's up with it, bro?
Let's go, man. What's up, bro?
Sacramento in the building?
Sac is in the building right now.
NorCal? Yeah, man.
Just linking and building right now.
I know, right? And this is a later one too, bro. Like for y'all that don't know, we've been doing podcasting all day. Trevor's been doing podcasting all day, and if there's one person besides me and Samuel that's probably like tired of doing podcasting all day, it's definitely gonna be Trevor. You feel me? Like
I feel like my whole life is podcasting right now. Fuck yeah, because I'm at No Jumper during the week doing podcasts there, like helping make their content, and then I got my own studio here, which you guys been filming at,
right? And
it's just non-stop podcasting.
Yeah. I bet you that's just cool shit though, right?
It's a grind, but yeah, it's fun as hell, bro. Like this shit's tight. I'm living the dream, to be honest, man.
Nah, yeah, I remember we was literally just watching one of y'all, like the day in the lives for you and everything, and I remember you was talking about like, man, like if you would have asked me, like, you know, back in college or back in the day, like that you would be doing this shit, you'd be like, what? You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you're like doing this and living it every day, it's a blessing, man. Yeah,
for sure, man. The podcasting game is so cutthroat, especially nowadays.
Shout out to Cutthroat, but
actually,
Cutwater.
Shout out to Cutwater.
Yeah, we about to say because that's what we've been sipping.
Cutwaters are potent.
Oh yeah, 12.9. They definitely do the work, and I like all the flavors. So that's literally been my go-to lately.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, bro. But you know, it's really cool that you say that about doing the podcasting and living every day, because that's literally, I mean, Samuel can attest to it, bro. Like that's literally what we're trying to do and that we're striving to get at. You feel me? Like doing our podcasting and building and networking. Because one thing, and we talked about it a little bit off air, but we were saying like on the drive up here how NorCal doesn't have a big podcast like staple. You feel me?
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I agree. NorCal has kind of been late to it, but everyone's catching on now.
Yeah.
You know, like especially the Bay Area. Where are you guys from?
Sacramento.
Oh, okay. You're from Sac?
Remember? Yeah. So I'm talking about literally off the night. Like we were like a mile and a half away from the area that we were growing up at. Yeah.
I was like raised in Richmond, but I was really around the Bay my whole life.
And how'd you guys get linked up? Just podcasting?
So funny story on this one. So we both have, and Blowing Smoke podcast too. We all have a similar guest that we just eat. All of us like we fucking adore and look up to so much, and that's LaRussell. Like LaRussell's been on Neighborhood Heroes. LaRussell's been on my podcast, Hypocritical AF. LaRussell's been on Blowing Smoke, right? And the way I came across Samuel too was from that. I saw a clip. Same thing with Blowing Smoke. I saw a clip off of YouTube, and I was like, oh damn, like you know, like what is this? Who is this? And I saw Samuel. You know what I'm saying? And what was cool is that like I saw, and you know, because I'm Mexican, you know what I'm saying? He's Mexican. I saw another person that I could see like look with me, you know what I'm saying? And kind of like look alike almost. No? We don't look like that.
There's not a lot of Mexican podcasters.
That's what I'm
there.
saying. So it was like, especially up north, like down south, there's a lot, you know what I'm saying? But up north, there's not that much. So it was someone I was just like, oh shit, this is cool, man. Like, and then, you know, looking at other episodes that he had. And then I remember there was one that stood out the most, which, because he ended up coming on my podcast. I reached out, I was like, bro, like, you down to come on my podcast? Yeah. And it was one that stood out to me the most, which was, I saw an episode where he was interviewing his mom. And I was like, bro, that's a dope dynamic.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a sick ass dynamic. So I reached out, he came over to Sacramento, and yeah, we just been cool ever since.
No, that's fire as hell. There definitely needs to be more Mexican presence in the Northern California podcasting game.
There's so many of us, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can't question our work ethic.
Yeah, I mean, look at us. We're literally living proof. Like, this has been like and it's weird how stuff happens. Like how sometimes you could feel like, man, things happen for a reason. You know how sometimes people say everything happens for a reason, right? Like back in the day, I might have not necessarily thought that until maybe it's just growing on me or some shit, but this is being here with you, interviewing here at your studio is living proof of that, bro, because this whole weekend has been adjustments after like adjusting on the fly to being here with you right now. And I feel like this is the best way to cap off and finish off our weekend because we're here with you.
No, that's
and we're
fire.
here to pick apart your brain and everything, bro.
That's fire. You guys just came down here to make content?
Just to record and shoot content.
Did you have anyone scheduled?
Yes. And
you guys had to deal with a lot of flaking, a lot of cancellations.
I mean,
it's a part of this game,
bro.
man.
It's been a part. Yeah, it's
bro,
been a part of everything.
That. Like, what
especially when you're trying to make your name, and people don't really respect you like that.
Come on now.
So how did you go about it? Because
I mean, we still go about it. I go about it all the time. Still,
Really?
you know, yeah. You got to constantly, try to prove yourself in a way. But I try to think. I try to sit down with people who want to sit down with me. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
I don't think people should pay for interviews or do things like that because then it just kind of takes away on like what the purpose of the conversation is.
Yeah.
You know,
true.
and that's kind of important with podcasting because like I've had some people that come here and they'll rent the studio out and they'll pay for the guest's time, and they're kind of asking me like, yo, why doesn't the guest like dive deep in with me? And I try to break it down, and I'm like, bro, like if you're paying them, they kind of see this as like a
business transaction.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of the same risk you run when you pay, like a rapper pays for a verse.
Yeah.
You want someone to put their all into it, but at the end of the day, if you're paying someone, can you really know if they're putting their all into it?
Thanks. Yeah.
You know, and then especially, I feel like you're able to tell when you sit down with someone and they're just giving you one word answers. Because as a podcaster, that's the fucking worst, dude.
Bro, you're trying to get the most out of them. You're like,
Yeah.
come on now, the follow-ups and everything. You're hoping they go in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Give me something.
Yeah, give me something. Exactly.
But
yeah.
that's something you guys had to deal with like firsthand through experiencing, right?
Oh man.
Like trying to sit down with and record a podcast with someone, and then having to really milk them and really like not milk them, but like really
stretch out the time.
work for that conversation.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm just surprising to hear you say that it's still happening to y'all to this day. And I'm wondering too, like, are you saying like within your personal studio, or are you saying like even at the No Jumper level?
Yeah, I mean even at No Jumper level, like Famous Dex is flaked like 3 times in a row.
Wow.
And like people flake, shit happens.
Yeah.
But I mean at the end of the day, I think like once you get to a certain level, it's of like, I look at it as respect, bro.
True.
It's like,
true.
This is a transaction. Once you realize who's making money and who's a professional at this shit, you're gonna set times and you're gonna make it. You know,
Right.
you'll be a little late.
Yeah.
That's typical. But if you're gonna just pick and choose when you want to show up, or not take people's time seriously, no matter what level you are.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think. What shows about someone's character.
Yes, it does. Yeah, we was just talking about that. Yep. That's
because
true.
It's like they should treat your guys' podcast with the same seriousness they treat No Jumper's podcast.
Right.
But that's in a perfect world. No one really
Yeah.
operates like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I just remember just being hyped for podcasts that just fell through. And it's just like you just want to quit. You just.
But that's
wanna be
happened to me. That's literally.
Man, like,
that's
is
literally
this really what I want to do?
Yeah.
You know?
Man.
Yeah. No,
it's good. Yeah.
Because I mean, if you schedule the podcast, say it's even in a week in advance, like you're prepping for it, you're thinking of it, and then you guys get pre-pod jitters.
Yeah.
Like
it's still like, there was some, bro. To speak about it, about one of them, I got a perfect, and we'll talk about it maybe a little off air in detail, but I'll give you a perfect example of when it happened, bro. I did exactly what you were talking about, bro. I did a paid interview, and homie didn't even show up.
Yeah, see?
Homie didn't even show up. And I remember I was prepping for it and everything and be like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, and got like the whole runaround and some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's why I think it's just hard if you want to become a podcaster, because you kind of have to come to that fork in the road on, hey, do I have my formula? Do I pay for the slots or do I earn the slots? And you could earn it by paying for it, but it's just you run that risk, I mean,
right,
of just like people actually fucking with you.
Right.
Because once people genuinely fuck with you and are a fan of your work, or even you, it's so much easier to have a podcast.
Yeah, true.
Or just even a conversation.
Yeah.
You know?
Thanks.
And it's like, it sucks because sometimes you guys will invest time, money, and like pay for the slot, and then no one will show up, or they won't give you your all. It kind of takes away from your content. Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it is a craft.
It is.
And it's like, there's some people who relate podcasting to artists.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I
Yeah.
think that's because they see it as a craft too. They see it as like, you have to, like you said, put in that work to understand who this person is. You can't just, you know, in order to get that good content, you know, I mean, you can sit down and do the basic questions, but if you want to get good content,
I feel like a podcast is like a first date.
Yes,
that makes
that's it.
sense.
That's it. Yeah.
It's
because
like,
you're trying to get
that's
the
really
best
is.
out of
Trying
it,
to
but
make
you
her
only got
laugh.
one.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to be entertaining.
What
you're
are we
trying to
going
be
with
engaging,
this?
You want to make it entertaining.
Yeah,
yeah. You know, because
That's
you
a
can't be
fact.
dry on a date. You can't be dry on a podcast. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
spice
You're trying to
that shit up.
You're trying to
They're
give the
never
best
gonna come
version of
back.
them. Yeah.
Exactly. You want to bag that bitch tonight.
Yes,
Like you're really
exactly.
trying to knock her.
Yeah.
So it's like the same thing
Yeah.
with the podcast. It's like you're trying to make a statement. You're trying to have them remember you or something to take away from the conversation.
I always
That's
say
really
it
what I
too.
fuck with.
I always say it when people like there's a lot of people, surprisingly, right, big shocker, but there's a lot of people out there in the world that actually don't even listen to podcasts or know what they are, right? Surprisingly, right?
Not
So
yet.
some people, yeah, bro, some people have asked me, they're like, so, you know, what is that? What is that, your YouTube thing? Is that what you do? I was like, well, it's a channel. Yeah, YouTube channel. But I was like, it's a podcast. And they're like, but what, so what do? You just sit there? I was like, it's just depending on how authentic you keep it or what you do or who you have. I was like, it's really just a broadcasted conversation. You know, that's how I try to tell people who are unfamiliar with it and everything. Like my mom, you know, she watched my clips. Shout out, Mom. And she's just now, mind you, I'm 2 years into fucking podcasting and everything. So she just now is starting to be like, I saw your YouTube clip. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's fire.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
So you ever gonna have moms on the pod or what?
So, all right, here's the thing. One, my mom is very shy. Very shy, right? And she don't even like
bro, you
taking
give her that
pictures.
mic, she gon'
You think so? She gonna start talking shit about me and everything, huh? She gonna go in on some stories.
Alcohol always works too,
And
right?
that's the thing too, is right? So she doesn't drink any alcohol at all. Zero, right? It's funny as fuck. I took a wine tasting one time. I told this story on the podcast, but I took a wine tasting for the first time ever in her life. You know, she's like 52. Sorry for the age. But she never been wine tasting, right? So I took her wine tasting, and they gave her like, you know, 2 ounces of some shit to try, right? Gone off the 2. She was like, I take it. I can't do it. I'm drunk. I'm faded. Face red and everything, right? But I told her one time, I go, you know, whenever you come through, I was like, we're gonna put you on the podcast. We're just gonna give you some juice. You know, just kind of lie.
Give her a White Claw
Give
or
a little
something.
bit. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe a Mike's Hard.
Seltzer. Get her a little loose. She'll be straight, bro.
A cut water. Imagine that shit.
Oh, mom's off the cut water is gonna say some shit. She
man.
starts really breaking down family secrets.
I
though.
would, bro, but I'm no joke. I would have her on. I definitely would have her on.
No,
for
I think that's
podcasting.
dope. I sat down with my mom and had a podcast too, because I feel like we have, like, if we're trying to become podcasters, right? Like,
Yeah.
like one cool thing about it is like we could kind of document, or we have the tools to document, kind of like family crests, like family history.
Yeah.
Not even if we post it or not,
Right.
but just to sit down and have a conversation with your mom, just to keep in the family vault.
Mm.
Like it's like
Yep.
a photo album,
Right.
but it's like a actual podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I've done a couple with my parents, and I haven't done one with my dad, but I've done one with my mom. But I definitely am planning on trying to do one with my dad, because I just think that's dope.
No, yeah,
It's a
it
good
is.
So
dynamic,
you
right?
posted yours?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fire.
Bro, it's on YouTube and it's funny. Like, check it out. Y'all check it out. Go to
Does it-
Neighborhood Heroes TV.
Bro, it took me so long to get it from her.
Yeah?
Like, it did. She didn't want to do it for a second, but that's what I'm saying. Like, once she did, she wanted to talk about her and her
Yep.
career and all that shit. But I think it was cool. Yeah, it was definitely cool. I see what you're saying.
It's
though.
like something to show your kids.
Facts.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's super dope.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
that dynamic is really cool, bro. So
Unless you guys are really breaking it down, because then it's like, all right, when am I gonna show my kid this?
yeah, imagine
Because
that
I be
shit.
thinking about that too, where it's like, I'm talking about some shit right now in this pod. I don't,
Yeah.
They gonna have to.
You
wait a
must
little
be
bit.
16 years
Well,
or older
to
to
even
listen
know I
to
got a
this
YouTube
pod.
now.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Once it's on the internet, it's on there forever, right?
Forever.
So it's like when they get older, and I want to like, I'm gonna be like, yo, because I have a son, right? So I have a 2.5-year-old boy. Shout out Shia, and that's my son. And when he gets older, I'm interested because, you know, me and his mom, we've done an episode together.
Ooh.
We've done like we actually did one to celebrate our 100th episode. It was me and her.
Oh,
So we
okay.
did that one, and
that made it to YouTube?
that made it to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that made it to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check that one out. But we didn't get, you know, it wasn't too spicy or anything like that. It was just being jokes and fun and talking about the 100th episode and everything. But yeah, that's one that I'm like, I'm glad we did, because, you know, in the future growing up, we get to show them this one. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna tell them, yo, I know we're older now, but y'all check. We used to be cool. Check this out. You know what I'm saying?
See?
We used to be cool.
Because we never really got to see our parents like that.
Yes.
You know, our generation of kids are gonna have Snapchats from when we were
Everything,
fucking
yeah.
16 years old.
Simple
It's
stuff like that, right?
Even before, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the interesting thing about podcasting, man. And actually, to keep it on podcasting for a second, if you don't mind, I wanna know actually why. So was this always a thing for you? Like, did you know I'm gonna be in park, like I'm gonna be in this space. Am I gonna get into this? Like, you know, coming from Sacramento, where were you born and raised at?
I'm from like South Sacramento, Elk Grove, like right on the border.
That's exactly where I'm at right now.
Off like Calvine. I went to Sheldon High School. More specifically, this area called Vintage Park. So it's just like a suburbs of Sacramento, you know. And growing up, I really got influenced like by skateboarding. That's how I first picked up a camera.
Damn.
And then I started a YouTube channel, and we started like doing weed content stuff, like teaching people how to roll backwoods and shit like that.
I still don't know, so I got to go back and watch a few. Apparently.
Yeah. So, like while I was building this YouTube channel called the VBC, I was, you know, watching No Jumper. Really, like Adam kind of inspired me a lot. And you know, Joe Rogan and those even Joe Budden. Yeah. You know, like. So I was listening to podcasts, and I was just in Sacramento, just like, all right, I'm going to school for digital media communications, kind of getting taught lighting, audio, things to help me make a podcast.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so I just like one day was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy these mics and a camera and just try it.
Wow.
And that was like 4 years ago, and these are actually the same mics.
Same ones.
4
years ago.
4 years ago.
Amazing.
I invested like $700, $800.
Amazing.
So just like the whole podcast kit.
Yeah.
Just was doing it in my room, but I wasn't doing it weekly or anything. I didn't really have like the concept of like what an actual podcast meant. Like when I thought of podcasting, I thought it was just like an interview. I'm sitting down and interview people. I never thought about it as, oh, I should just have my homies pull up every week and we should just chop it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So there's like different styles of podcasting. So like my real influence was like, I want to interview people. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then it just, you know, started getting into the shooting music videos, the YouTube, you know, got a good following that was able just to propel me and just level me up. Yeah. And I just moved out here, and recently, like, this studio is not even a year old.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You've had some people in here too, right?
Yeah. I mean, what I've learned is like, you got to sell the tools to this shit too, if you want to really kind of not be stressed out about making your product work,
bro.
So it's like, I'm like, all right, well, I have the tools, I have the knowledge on how to help people produce their podcast. Let me just create this studio and, you know, kind of have people come through during the week, rent it out, you know.
But
it's
like
a win-win.
But you also become like a stepping stone though.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that make a podcast successful too, bro. It's like just having a network, being entertaining, you know, all this shit. So I'm trying to just make most of what I've learned in this game, and kind of just amplify my like my outcome. You know, like I'm trying to put my hand in this bucket, put my hand in this hat, you know, like really run it up and not be relying on like if people actually watch my podcast, because then it kind of takes away on like, okay, well, it just puts more pressure. I mean,
so you don't like really not to say pay attention to numbers or anything like that, but you don't let that dictate, you know, outcome for stuff. I don't let it dictate my bank account, you know. Facts. But I definitely think about it, and you have to watch it and you have to try to progress and adjust. Yeah. And like, you know, you need those clickbait titles and all that shit. Yeah. Like there's you know, you could learn a lot by just observing on YouTube. Oh yeah, bro. I observe even myself. Like I'll look at my channel and I'll look at all the podcasts and everything, and I'll look at how much what has progressed and how much I've learned, and took it to from episode 1 to like 108 or some shit like that. I'm on right now. Oh, congrats! And thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, 100 episodes. 100. Yeah, we did. I'm going on 2 years actually. Yeah, I'm 108, 107, something like that. But yeah, a little over 2 years. I mean, it's, you know, we all start from a base. You feel me, anything like that. And I just recently barely hit 1,000 subscribers not too long ago. But I still, it's a slow grind in this podcast game. And I'm like, I'm so fucking thankful and appreciative of that. But I also, like I said, I look at my episode 1 and I look at my my most recent one for the 2 year, and it was a cool dynamic because I had the same person that I had on for my very first episode. I had them on for my 2 year episode anniversary. And to look back at even just slight, like learning more tricks of the trade when it comes to like fill lights, key lights, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff, right? Yeah. It makes a big difference. And especially like I said, I'm learning more about the damn thumbnails and everything. And now I'm doing that shit myself and everything. And it's a learning dynamic for it. That's super cool, you know? No, that's real as fuck. That's real as hell. And it's just like, for me, I
I don't ever want to have to like really rely on it. Eventually I want to rely on the views and like really be known and stuff.
Right.
But it's like I realize, bro, to start this shit is hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard and it costs money.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it takes time, and there's a lot of time where you're not getting paid.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like like my workaround that problem
Yeah.
was opening a studio and offering it up for other creators too.
Amazing, yeah.
Because I mean that's what it takes. It's like, bro, like
We're all networking.
why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta just run it up, especially being in SAC, like being from SAC, being out here. Once you come out here, it's a whole different ballpark.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about that in the car. Yeah.
Like it's just a different pace. You gotta just keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's motivating though.
Yeah,
It is.
Keeps you on your
in a good
toes.
way, in a good
And
way.
it is, and it's also, like I said, it's the way the shit works out and how funny the way things turns out, because it went from, my guest that unfortunately canceled like 2 hours ago, no big deal. And the fact that we're here, like I said,
That's the
we're
grind,
originally
man.
from NorCal,
Yeah,
and we're so just
respect.
like, what can we do? Well, shit, let's adjust. Let's like, no bullshit, man. Like while we're waiting and trying to figure some stuff out, we shot an episode in my car just on some like handheld type of stuff. And even though it was quick little 30 minutes, it's still something. It's like, what can we do? What can we do? Let's create. And then to adjust on the fly, and man, that's what I'm saying. I'm so thankful for you to be like, man, let's do it. And I was like, let's lock it in. And
I've been
everything
there,
too.
dude.
Yeah.
For sure. You know.
So you can relate, right?
For sure. Yeah,
Man, yeah.
Definitely.
That's
you
the
gotta
thing.
first of all, it's like, you gotta at least put yourself out there, which you guys are, by just being out here. You know, and then it's like, all right, you guys might not necessarily. I'll hit that. You guys might not necessarily plan for your client flaking or this to happen, but it's just like just being out here and putting yourself in that uncomfortable position is really the most important part.
Well, it's also reassurance too, like just the fact that, like I said, you said even at that, the no jumper level, that still happens right there. It's just like, man, that makes me feel a little bit better.
On
you know what I'm
a
saying?
weekly basis, people flake.
Wow, man,
That's a part of the game.
That's the thing, man. So
it's a part of the game, and you can't take it personal, but you do take it personal though.
Oh yeah,
I take it personal. At
I'm
least.
sure.
don't know
I mean,
about you guys,
you don't get that too much, do you?
Nah, bro. Shit
that's like
definitely
disrespectful.
happens. I mean, I guess I just kind of see it of like, man, everyone kind of has a life, and that's the thing. Like, I know for a fact they're not thinking about this podcast as much as I am.
Aha, yeah.
So it's like any inconvenience that's slighter more important than this podcast, they're gonna like go with it. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying though. It is disrespectful in the sense of like, this is something that I prepped for. This is my profession. This is something that
it's the time.
Yeah.
Really, it's just like it's the time, bro. That's the only thing we don't get back. Like money, we can get back. Equipment we lost, we can get back. But it's like that time, bro. We can't get that time slot back. You know what I'm saying? We lose out on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
It's that time. It's really everything.
Bro, it's so hard just to get a person to sit down for an hour, even for like a 10-minute phone call.
Yeah.
And it's like when we do a podcast, bro, it's like we're having you come sit down for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and tell us about your life. And then now with all the other podcasts, it's like, you know how many of these people are getting asked the same fucking questions from the same people?
Okay.
Like,
yeah. And yeah, they probably get tired and maybe get a little bit over that and everything. And it's one of those things that actually I wanted to bring up next when we talk about, how many times, if any, how many times do you get asked, so how'd you get into No Jumper? How many times do people ask you that?
I get it frequently, I guess,
Yeah.
but mostly from like people maybe coming into the office, so they're already underneath the roof.
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot of people interviewing me. I interview a lot of other people.
Right.
So
They're just not tapped in, bro.
not yet, hopefully.
know.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things I've had to deal with too, where it's just like, damn, if y'all knew, I'm lit too, Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm
what's
trying
up?
to do this shit.
How is it though in that other side of it though? Like being even something simple like this, when you were saying like I've never even been on this side of the seat, what I
I've
mean?
never sat in here.
Yeah,
right
like
now.
how is
it's
it
dope.
too? It's different, right? Is it more chill though? You feel like you're like, bro, I don't gotta worry about anything right now.
It's definitely it's definitely more less stressful.
Yeah.
Because when you're hosting a podcast, you got to make sure that shit doesn't stop.
You're a director, bro.
Yeah, essentially,
You're a
right, Fred?
producer.
For
Yeah, you do the whole
sure.
thing.
But I mean, if you sit down with podcasters, I feel like it's gonna be smooth regardless.
Yeah,
'cause
Yeah.
they kind of get it. You get it.
Yeah,
Even any
we know what it
content
is.
creators.
Yeah, we know what it is. Yeah.
Facts.
Like,
It's also
but I mean, working at No Jumper and people hitting me, asking me about that, it's one of those things where it's like I just break it down. I kind of got lucky. I was building this at the same time. I met these people. It was a combination of a whole bunch of complex things to happen,
Yeah.
not just like one moment
Mm.
or just like one, like, oh, I just applied and then they called me. It was like a fucking process over years. Like that started from my original YouTube studio
Gotcha.
or my YouTube channel. So it's like I've told this story like on my podcast before, but basically we hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, and Adam22 was daily vlogging at the time. He was on Melrose, so I DM'd him, and I was in college. I was like, it was spring break or whatever. I said, yo, I just hit 50,000 subs. You're daily vlogging. I have this idea. Let me pull up to your store and do a 50-gram backwood. You know, like I get a title, you get a title, we get the link. It works. It works.
That's smart thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So it's just like a win-win.
Yeah.
So long story short, I actually made that happen. And then from there, years later, I ended up getting the job at No Jumper. And then even that was like a whole like 6 to 9 month conversation and just work in progress.
So that was like that seed that, you know, essentially planted
It's
that.
the little moments, man. It's the little shit.
That's amazing.
You know?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild to think about. I was just in Santa Barbara actually, and I was just talking about it earlier because we were filming our podcast, Out of Focus, on the VBC. Make sure you guys go check it out.
Yeah, check it out. We'll link it right here.
But I was talking about how I was in Santa Barbara this past weekend, and UC Santa Barbara was my dream school. I wanted to go there so bad. I toured the campus and all that. I was trying to like get my SAT scores up.
Good
really
surfing
just
out
make
there,
it right. Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
had surfing class.
Yeah.
I was like,
Good
bro,
surfing out there.
fucking
I'm
college?
telling you, that's why I said, because a lot of people go out there for surfing and shit.
Yeah,
I fuck around and do surfing.
And it's
I've never
lit.
been.
Like there's mad parties. It's just lit.
Yeah.
So I'm like in high school wanting to go there so bad, end up not getting in, and then going to Sacramento State, staying in my hometown.
Yep.
But like where I'm at now, I was just looking back. I was like, yo, like I don't even know if I would be where I'm at if I went to Santa Barbara, if I really followed my dream,
Yeah.
Right,
or if my dream was fulfilled.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
The way
Quote,
things
unquote.
play out.
Exactly.
It's funny,
It's
right?
just moments like that where it's like, damn, in that time, I thought I was a failure in a sense where I was just like, damn, I want to go here, but it just wasn't in my cards, and sometimes it's not in your cards.
Yeah.
It
So
all
like
work
just
out,
being out
man.
there and realizing that, and then even just this experience, just sitting down, getting interviewed, like
Yeah.
it's dope, bro.
It's a good thing, bro.
It's reassurance, bro. It's like moments of motivation, I call them, where it's just like just keeps you grounded and just like, all right, I'm on the right path. Let me just keep going.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. You know, it's one thing too. Actually, I don't know if you ever heard this quote or not. It's the only one person that I've ever like literally ever said it to that I feel like that falls in line with who they are, what they do, and everything. So I told Russell, I told him, there's a quote that I really enjoy and that I like that fits certain people, right? And that's authenticity breeds longevity. I don't know if you ever heard that on that one, but I told it to him, bro. I'm telling you, that's you. That you embody that from the jump, from we first met you right here. Just the way you've been to us, coming at us with open arms and everything, and just the setup, how we've been doing it all day, you know, without breaking everything down because it's all your info on it, you know. But just breaking all this stuff down, that's exactly what I feel like was due, man. Authenticity breeds longevity.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But a lot of fake shit just gets blown out of proportion, though, you know. So it's like it's reassuring to hear that, you know. But sometimes I'll be like, damn, bro, I just gotta get with the bullshit. Really just blow up, bro. Like, fuck, come on, man. Let me fight. Let me get in a fight on my pod and really just go viral.
Sometimes you gotta punch someone.
You know, like you never been there.
For the one time.
One time.
Damn, man. Let me just get that one viral moment on the pod.
Oh, bro, I thought about that too one time. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I did an episode one time and I was fucking lit, right? And I remember
Hold on, yeah, you took a minute to say that, lit,
bro. I was lit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I was like, all right, so I gotta do this episode, and I'm like, bro, oh shit, like I gotta champ it out, and I'm thinking about all these things, right? So I kind of chill. I'm not doing anything, and then I thought to myself, how much better would this interview do if I take this other shot? If I take this shot right now, it's gonna be fun. I didn't take it, right? And then I talked about one episode. I was talking with Tessie. And I talked, she was telling me about, cause she's like an advocate for doing mushrooms and everything, right? And I told her, I was like, yo, I've never done mushrooms, like ever in my life. And I've been getting, I don't know why, but lately I've been getting this urge to want to fucking do mushrooms and everything, right? So I said, I'm there. I think I'm ready. Like I want to, you know, tap in, even if it's just a simple microdose or something. But like I want to, you know, even when we did we interviewed Katana in Vallejo, us two with her, and she was saying it too. And we're like, we've never done it.
But
right?
you're trying to do it on the pod?
That's what. So my homie hit me up and he goes, you know what you should do? Because I was putting up ideas. I was like, yo, because I put up a little thing on my Instagram. I go, yo, what should I do for the 2-year anniversary? What should I do? What should I do? Or matter of fact, what should I do for the 100th episode? I was trying to put up a thing, right? And one of my homies
Get
goes,
faded to oblivion.
Bro,
Just get faded in a hoe.
yo, one of my homies goes, do mushrooms live on the podcast. And I go,
I don't know about that
I
one
can't, bro.
personally.
That's what I say. I don't know if I could because I feel like I would fuck it up.
Do you do your podcast live?
No, not live. I record
Okay.
them, but every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. But I like
that's
I've
one of
never
those
done-
things, bro. Like
It would
sometimes.
be better if it was live.
Well, I mean, that's the risk you run.
That's,
yeah.
Because even drinking, bro, on a pod, like I've
Mhm.
seen that just.
Oh yeah.
I've gotten too faded on a pod before.
Really?
For sure.
But
You just edit that shit out, though.
Yes.
But live streaming is the new wave, though. So everyone wants to live stream.
I don't know if I could do it though, bro. Like the Twitch, I'm not on Twitch. Maybe I should. I don't know if y'all are on Twitch.
I don't live
I'm not on
stream,
Twitch.
but I definitely know that's the future.
Yeah.
And I'm like kind of fucking up my trajectory.
By not getting on it, you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be. I'll be forced to get live soon.
True.
why do you think it's the new thing?
It's just like, it's just the most authentic, and people like seeing that shit.
Facts.
You know?
Yeah.
Fuck ups and all.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
see
what
you're
makes
saying.
it.
And
like,
it's like I've been learning, just like, bro, it's okay if you fuck up and people just roast you.
fuck,
Yeah.
Whatever, bro.
yeah,
Everyone's been there.
Yeah.
But I don't like that though. Like, you know, like
I'm
I'm trying to come off as like no chinks in my armor.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Too
You
much
know?
perfection, you know.
Mm.
But sometimes less is more.
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes less is more.
really, it's just being vulnerable and just kind of understanding who you are.
I
And
think.
just, you know, letting any comment is a good comment. That's what I've been taught.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
No matter if they're hating or not. I mean, it goes to a certain point though. Like,
Yeah.
obviously.
I was trying to think too. I was like, I think about the closest I ever got to doing a live episode. We did a live recording. I mean, like, so I wanted to do like a live episode. It was like a mental thing for me too, because I was like, you know what? I may not have this big audience at this moment. I can't sell out fucking arenas and shit like that right now. But maybe I could have a few of my homies or a few friends and family that can pull up to, you know, and watch us live record, and then we'll, you know, post it later and everything. So we did one at the barbershop in South Sac, actually, off of Franklin, Billionaire Barbershop. You know, shouts out to Anthony. He's the one that let us go in and everything. And so we shot a live recording there. We had people in the background, like somewhat of an audience, you know what I'm saying? And it was cool as shit, man. We got Pachamama Coffee to sponsor it and everything, and we was recording, and then it was cool to see about, like, just to watch everything in real time, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't have to edit anything. I said, bro, like, we just maybe add an intro and outro, whatever. I was like, but we don't have to edit anything out. So I took everything, and when I say we, I'm the one that does all my edits. So I was like, I'm gonna leave all that shit in there. And it was a cool thing, man. Yeah, that was the closest I ever got to a live, though.
So you had people like watching the podcast?
Yeah, so I had it was 4 of us, 4 mics. I had 3 cameras, kind of similar to like this. I had my homie Yuli in the back, and I was like, bro, if you could just monitor the audio levels, you know what I mean? Just kind of be producer in the back. And we had people like just watching us in the barbershop. And it was like, we put it all together, and it was cool to see what was cultivated from this, because it was like there's people watching us, but there's friends, family, and everything. And we got some audience feedback, and, like, you know, they were shouting some shit out from the back and everything. So it was a cool thing.
Nah, man,
That's
you
cool.
definitely just gotta go live on YouTube. That's going live with actual people is way harder than fucking.
I'm
going
sure.
live on YouTube. Man.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, so I know you. So you do your daily vlogs and like kind of like a day in the life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you still haven't done any like YouTube like personal lives, like 1-on-1 type of things.
Nah, bro, I haven't gone live. I haven't gone live. That's something we need to do, but it's one of those things where it's just like the prime live hours. I'm
Mhm.
at no jumper,
Yeah.
or it's the weekend.
Yeah. And y'all
So-
busy.
Yeah, it's just like we're live on no jumper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Eventually, it will be incorporated.
Yeah.
But I kind of like having that adjustability. Kind
Facts.
of can manipulate the
Mhm.
interview a little
Yeah, I
bit
mean,
in a
and
way.
everyone kind of has their own flavor, because, like, you know, you look at these, like, what are these bigger companies like Revolve
Mhm.
and like
Like podcasting networks.
not even that, with that, you know, but like, I don't know, I feel like,
It's kind of less pressure too.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fuck it.
I see what you mean. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I can see that.
But
Yeah,
you gotta have that underneath your like tool book or
Mhm.
your like on
your
your
bag.
tool belt.
Yeah. You gotta have that in your bag.
And
Just
it's
being
like,
able to go live or you know
man.
pod live
I don't know how the fuck Academic does it, bro. He be doing 4-hour fucking
off
Twitch.
the Henny. That's what.
He be wilding. He be
The Henny
wilding a
does
lot.
crazy things.
Man, he be
You ever
wilding.
you ever
That
been potting
dog
off the
water.
Henny?
Oh
that
yes.
dog water,
What?
bro.
Wait, you're talking like mixed with Patron?
That's what you call it? You call it
is that
dog
what
water?
I don't know. I
don't know.
call that just Hennessy.
That hen dog?
Okay.
I'll be on that mild skip. Mile with the yak.
No,
but yeah,
any off the pod though, you're gonna.
I could. I'll
fight your guest.
I would. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know. You ever watch that story or that video one time where Snoop Dogg forgot he was on live? It was like a 12-hour thing. He forgot to turn it off and then went back and people were still watching his shit. Bro, imagine that shit.
That'd be the live stream off the Henny.
That'd be the
just passed out. Some of my homies do that. They'll do like 24-hour live streams and shit.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Not off the Henny, but they should incorporate the Henny.
I don't know, man. 24 hours is tough. I think so right there. So I'm curious too. At the what would you call it, like the studios or the new spot for No Jumper and everything? Is there any people that are doing that though? Like, do people go live there?
Yeah, we go live. We're definitely starting a lot more live content. Even during the day. But we like the midday stuff is new now. Mm-hmm. We're just incorporating that. But ever since for the past maybe 6 months, we've gone. We have a live show Monday to Thursday.
Shit.
Maybe even longer than that.
Damn.
So every night, maybe 5 to 8, 5 to 9, we're live.
And so you've been there too. I mean, I know you have help too, but so you're the one that's like setting up everything, production, shooting, editing, or like how's that?
I'm helping with production. Yeah, kind of overseeing it.
Yeah.
We all kind of help out on each other, like with each other. But there's multiple studios now, so it's kind of divided up by studio. But I kind of help oversee the live stream studio.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just set up couches or kind of like what I'm doing here, like how many guests will be on, get the mics ready, the lights ready, the angles ready, the focus, little technical shit like that.
Yeah. That's a cool thing too, because like I said, what I do with this podcast too is like I'm the host. And I guess we'll call it editor and producer and everything. So I got two aspects that I can like I look at you to like kind of be like, that's cool shit. It's the hosting side of it, it's the producing side of everything, because it's like the dynamic that we look at. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people see, like for podcasts, especially with video, because surprisingly a lot of people they just assume or think right away it's video, but you know what I'm saying, it doesn't have to be video. Like it's primarily it could be audio. But when people look at podcasts and they see video, one thing that stands out for them or what grabs their attention a lot of times is the setup. You know what I'm saying? Because then they also get judged too about like how professional does it look. Like, if you're just like in the fucking toilet or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
It's competitive now.
It's competitive now, yeah.
The mediocre shit kind of was able, like, it let it fly like early 2012, 13s, 15s,
Yeah.
But now it's like, bro, the amount of creators that are actually doing shit to the highest quality level at their crib or something.
Yeah, investing a lot.
Like it's high. So it's extra competitive now because I feel like if you want to be a podcaster, you have to have at least some sort of background in the technical aspect of shit.
Yeah.
You know? Or you better be one hell of a personality.
Oh, yeah.
And hope you have someone behind the scenes who can run it up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you gotta have both.
But even doing this, like here at your studio, so it's like you're squeezing in both producing, editing, and also hosting your own. You know what I'm saying? Like all that, while also doing the no jumper shit, bro. So like, how do you incorporate all that? Like, what's that scheduling like?
Bro, I mean, it's a lot of just like after hours shit. To be real, like I'm working at No Jumper during the day, and then I'm here at night.
Do you feel like No Jumper is like helping you actively to like kind of build that?
Yeah, and I'm actively helping No Jumper too.
Right, obviously.
You know, so it's
facts,
like,
bro, facts.
It's like one of those things where I just appreciate the opportunity, the network, the the steady income.
Yeah,
and it's like, what the fuck? This is a dream job type shit.
Yeah, that's
even
true.
If I didn't have my own shit.
Yeah.
I could just give up on all this shit and still be.
So what's your favorite part about it?
Bro, my favorite part is that it don't feel like work. Like it doesn't feel like work to me. Like I remember those days in school where you just look at the clock and the shit would not move. Or even those jobs. I used to work at Papa Murphy's. I used to work at Papa Murphy's and I had 5-hour time slots.
Bro.
And I would just be checking that fucking clock. Yeah. And it would just never move. But at No Jumper though,
go backwards.
Yeah,
it felt like that. Yeah. At No Jumper though, like it would be nighttime like that. There's so much shit going on. Like there's celebrities coming through. I'm getting a chance to be creative, to have some input. It's dope. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see like just the new generation of content creators.
Yeah, because you're literally watching, I mean, damn near eras and shit, or people cycling through and everything, right?
Yeah, like I'm about to be 28.
Yeah.
And I've been looking, I started doing this video shit when I was 18.
Damn.
So it's almost like, all right, you're kind of like
eras. Like I said, you come in and watching the people go.
Yeah. The first half is gonna.
But nowadays though, like the young kids are hard.
Yeah. You gonna lie, bro. I'm 30. You feel me? I feel it every time I wake up. So you know what I'm saying.
But really though, at the end of the day, it's never too late.
Yes.
You just have to really be disciplined and put in the time, because you can learn whatever the fuck you want to learn on YouTube right now.
Oh yeah,
bro. That shit's a university.
You know.
Yeah. I started the podcast when I was 28. Think about that.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a fact for that. There was one thing too. I mean, I forgot who maybe y'all know. I forget who said it and everything, but I think it might have been Charlamagne or Kevin Hart, one of the two. But shouts out to them too, the way, because I look up to them too. But they said that you know, your passion, your dream job, or whatever thing that you want to strive to happens whenever your day thing stops, whether it be I don't know if it's a 9 to 5, if it's a part-time job, if it's parenting, if it's watching, or you know, whatever it is. When that stops in the nighttime, that's when you really put in the time and the effort for whatever goal that you're getting to and trying to reach, you know what I'm saying? And it falls in line, like I said, what you said. It's like during that thing, it flies and whatever, you know, and then you're here and you're putting in the time in with that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I just feel like it's like, bro, I put in a lot of work to get that opportunity at No Jumper. So I just feel like I would be doing myself a disservice if I wasn't trying to get it myself. Right. Or like make my own shit, or you know,
learning the game.
Yeah,
I got the best teachers.
Oh, that's true.
I got the best teachers.
Straight from the source.
Oh, that's true.
From the best teachers. So it's like, bro, like what are you doing? Like you're not making most of your opportunities if you don't try to do this shit yourself too.
Yeah, that's a solution for that, bro. I do.
So it's one of those things where it's just like, all right, man, just keep going, bro. Like I'll be real, bro. There's been hard months somewhere. It's just like the studios. It's like, bro, I gotta borrow money. I gotta do this. I gotta just make shit happen. It's like I'd be living comfortable if I wasn't trying to make the studio work. You know, be saving money.
Would you rather have it any other way? You understand? I mean, obviously, but like, do you understand this is like part of the grind?
Yeah, I understand, but sometimes it's fucking hard to understand. Sometimes I'm not trying to understand that shit.
Facts, bro. Nah, facts.
But it's just one of those things where it's like, no matter what level you are, bro, you gotta just put yourself out there and just try that shit.
So what are like one of the biggest things that you've gotten that like, you know, you feel like, damn, this is really helping me grow my own?
Lately, I mean, it really just been the studio.
Okay. Just
like I was doing it out of my garage, and then I got like a weed smoking complaint from my landlord, so I couldn't, you know, I was just like, fuck, all right, I gotta find somewhere else to do it, because at the time I had pitched Lewis Belt. Actually, I met Lewis Belt through No Jumper, and I was like, yo, I fuck with you, I fuck with what you're doing. He had this podcast, he still does the Cali Kickback. So I reach out to him, yo, let's sit down, let's talk, let's work something out. I feel like we can help each other,
right?
You know. So I remember this, it's so crazy how shit just happens. The first day we shoot, I'm shooting with Lewis Belt and rest in peace Teddy Ray.
R.I.P.
And I'm doing it out of the crib.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do it in my garage where I had my setup at, because it was my setup, and I'm like, the Cali Kickback, we need to have a couch or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we go upstairs and we film inside, which I never do. And then Teddy Ray's like, is it cool to smoke in here? And I said, even though we never really smoke in there.
Right.
And then it led to getting a complaint. And then it led me to getting this studio. You know?
Look at that. The way things play out.
Weed saved my life, bro.
Shout out to the weed. For real, huh? That's a fact.
I know, dude, for real. So it's just like, damn, that's actually crazy. Rest in peace, Teddy Ray, man.
Yeah, man. That's cool to hear, man. Like I said, it's like we touched on in the beginning of the episode. It's like, what do you do in the moments? Like, you adjust, you fold. How do you face adversity with that type of stuff? You know what I'm saying? That's really cool to hear too. Because I remember too, to tell a story real quick. I remember when I was I just finishing up at SAC, right? I was finishing my little trade school that I was done, and my lease was gonna end, but I didn't have a spot. like I didn't have nowhere to go, right? I didn't have money saved up for a new spot. I couldn't extend my lease or renew my lease because it was raising it like $100 a month, and I was like, bro, you're tripping, I can't afford that. So I was at a crossroads, like, all right, what am I gonna do? Well, going back home is not an option because I don't have like my parents' home. They don't have their own home, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But so we were all living with my grandparents. I was like, sorry. So I go back home and do what? Nothing, right? So then it was like, all right, I'm gonna take out to LA. My plan was to move to LA originally, and I was like, I'm gonna go out there. So I drove over here. I was in West LA. I was looking at these apprenticeship jobs for automotive collision. I was trying to be a body tech at that time, and I remember I didn't even have a place to stay. I slept in my car. Damn. In the street, right? Because this spot gave me a second interview, but they're like, yo, if you come down here, you come trip out and you can get a spot. So I drove. I was like, bet, I'll be there tomorrow morning. Drove, like I said, slept in my car. Damn. With my gun because I was, you know what I mean? I had my shit right there.
Strapped up.
Yeah, I had to.
Let him remind him.
Yeah, so I went to go look at some an apartment complex, and it was actually, I slept outside of that apartment complex. That's where I slept because I had just did an intro and a walkthrough with all them and everything, right? So I remember I went and they're like, I essentially did like an on the spot interview, like where I was working with some stuff. But before I started, they go, hey, just so you know, like you're gonna do this stuff or anything, but just so you know, you got it. I was like, damn, already? They're like, well, you showed up. No one showed up. No one from Sacramento showed up. I was like, oh, damn, cool. And they're like, so as soon as you finish school, as soon as you graduate, you come here, you got it. And I was like, oh man, this is amazing. So I was like 3 weeks away from graduating. Everything was set. All I had to do was go to LA. I got my shit and I'm good, right? I get kicked out of school. I'm out of school. My apartment lease is ending. I don't know where to go now. Like I said, I'm at that crossroads. What do I do? So I moved to LA. I'm going back home. I'm not even thinking about it. It's not even an option, but it's like, what do I do? So I fucking stayed 10 toes down, bro. I was like, all right. So I went intentionally homeless for like 33 days. So what I did was I got out of my lease. I moved all my shit to a storage. I moved it to a storage unit that wasn't too expensive, but not too bad, but it was climate controlled. Damn. And what I did was I found a spot that was doing first month, you put a like $50 deposit, you get the first months for free, and we'll start with the second one. So I said, that's perfect. That's all I need. You give me 30 days, I'll hustle. I still had my job. I never quit my job. So I said, okay, I'm gonna split times. I'm gonna sleep in the storage unit and sleep in my car, like back and forth. And then what I wanted to do to take a shower and everything was I'm gonna look up the gyms, and I'm gonna get the week at the YMCA, the week at California Fitness, the week at I'm gonna get their free trials and the free trials and the free trials. So when I was working, I'd work, and then afterwards I would go to the gym, do all that stuff. I work out, shower, and then I would call my work, be like, yeah, if anybody needs overtime, you want me to take your shift, blah blah, you know. And then my homies, this is how I used to get away with some shit, right? I didn't tell anybody, any of my homies, anybody that was out there, I never told them that I was homeless at this time because I didn't want them to look at me like that. And I was, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit like, fuck, a little bit embarrassed, right? So what I did was I would hit them up. I was like, yo, what we getting into tonight? Blah, blah. Yo, y'all trying to drink? And so I would tell them, I was like, yo, I'm gonna drink tonight. And I would get them turned up. And I'd be like, dog, I can't drive. Like, I'm drunk.
Crash on the couch?
And I would couch surf. So when the storage unit wasn't available, I mean, it was always available, but I didn't want to get caught. So I would choose certain days to go, and it was climate controlled, so I knew when to go. And I had my couch and everything in there, right? And then I would couch surf the homie spot, and then I would sleep in my car at the Starbucks that's down the road from my work in the back seat, right? When I was doing that, I ended up saving up. So I never stopped working. So I was saving up. And after, like I said, the fourth week, 33 days on the dot, I finally had enough to put a deposit and half of first month's rent because I found an apartment complex off of Bell Street in Arden area, off of Bell Street, right behind the Mercedes-Benz lot. I mean, the dealership right by the Arden Fair Mall. I found this apartment complex that was doing a promo for the summertime. That was doing half. You pay the deposit and you pay half. The deposit was it was the first month's rent, but with that promo also included half off the first months after that. So all the money that I had saved up went to my second apartment. Damn. And I've been in Sac, stayed there ever since. And I'm going on 10 years now. 10 years now. So like I said, it's the fork on the road that I talk about. Like, well, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that you said that. Yeah,
make or break moments.
Yeah, and that's what you have here, man.
There's gonna be a lot of moments where you want to quit, no matter how successful you think someone is.
Yeah,
you know,
facts.
It's like people can see this and be like, oh wow, you got the studio, you're doing it. But it's just like, bro, am I really doing it? Because it's like I'm not making money right now on this shit. I'm just like where I was 2 years ago. I'm investing everything back in right now.
Yeah.
Trying to just build the audience, trying to make this shit valuable.
It's a process.
Just trying to keep it afloat.
Yeah. And I think I honestly believe, bro, that's success. Like, if you happy doing this shit, bro, it's top tier. You know, obviously it's just
and progressing though. You gotta have a steady progression in this shit.
Facts. But I think, you know, because we were talking about it a little bit, I was like, so you were there for 2 years, so you were able to see the expansion. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we know No Jumper, we can see the videos, the progress and all that, but you were in there, so it's like you sold to the dream.
Yeah, I believe in it, man. Shout out No Jumper.
Yeah,
you got to.
Shout out No Jumper.
What are like the biggest things you got from like that those 2 years?
The 2 years, really, just learning to become a personality, you know, and being able to have it on all the time. If you, you know. Like, that's really some shit I value witnessing, is like when people are on and off the camera, and that difference, and if they have a difference, and when they're going through some shit and they're still able to turn it on. That's what's really it's called star power.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like I just been trying to have some more star power.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
You know? Because that's what it takes, man. These people, bro, we're constantly being bombarded with content, so it's like, bruh, if you're not gonna relate to them, make them laugh, fucking make them mad, or, you know,
how you stand out?
You gotta make them feel some sort of emotion.
Yeah, how you stand out?
And sometimes you gotta just raise it up.
No, that is true too, because like I also heard that. Again, I forget who the fuck said it, but they said it's interesting to see when the lights come on. Matter of fact, it was a UFC fighter. I don't know if there's a correlation in between this, but there was a UFC fighter. They would say like, man, at practice he's this way. During these interviews he's this way. This motherfucker might be going through a divorce, fucking might be going through the worst in his life.
Do you know the Kobe story?
The what?
The Kobe story?
Tell me after this, right? So he goes, so they say no matter what the fuck was going on in this fool's life, when the lights came on, he performed. When the lights came on, he performed.
Like a porn star.
Yes.
Porn stars got to perform like that.
Come on now.
Under pressure.
Under pressure.
That shit gets recorded.
Oh, bro. You ready to take a blue chew?
You gotta get that shit going.
What's this Kobe story?
Do you know why he's named the Black Mamba?
Oh God.
So, okay. So I have mind you. So I'm a huge Kobe fan. Like I got him tatted on my back. That's my personal goat. No disrespect. That's my personal goat.
He's goated for sure.
That's my personal goat, right? So which story are you talking about? Are you talking about the one where he was struggling in 2001, you know, when they were in the finals against the 76ers and they were playing against Ray Allen. I mean, sorry, not Ray Allen Iverson.
No,
right?
I'm talking about just the off the.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about two different things. Okay, tell me.
I don't know, man. Don't quote me on this, but I heard that the Black Mamba mentality. Maybe the Black Mamba mentality. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, mentality. Okay. I thought you meant the nickname, the Black Mamba, and everything.
Okay, maybe Black Mamba mentality. Obviously, it might have been the way he plays.
It might have been. I think
the mentality, why it became a whole movement and why everybody started knowing about it, is because that's when he was going through so much shit in his personal life. He was messing around, not doing, doing all that. But he said, so everybody was like bombarding him with like questions and like, just, bro, it's like, you're Kobe, so everybody's obviously gonna look at you as some, as this big. And Kevin Hart went through the same shit damn near.
Oh yeah,
lock in.
Yeah,
lock in.
Yeah, but that's why he came, because when he stepped on the court, he became the Black Mamba. Like, I ain't thinking about that shit. This is Black Mamba mentality. I'm finna go crazy.
Bro, he showed up late to a game. Showed up the second half because he was in court. Showed up late to the game. Well, this was during the, during the... Yeah. So he was at court, showed up late to the game, didn't show up second half, ended up hitting the game winner, won the game. He hit the game winner on them.
While going through a divorce?
While going through all that. At court. But it was because of those, allegations and everything. But showed up late to the game,
star power.
Hit the game winner. Yeah, when the lights are on, homie, turn on.
That's crazy.
Star power.
But the Allen Iverson thing, I was just saying, because he was saying that he was studying, he couldn't figure out a way to defend against Allen Iverson, so he said he started looking up sharks and watching a lot of shark documentaries and everything because of swiftness of them attacking or some shit like that. So he started like,
damn.
Yeah, he said he was watching and studying sharks to figure out how Allen Iverson was moving and everything. And after that, people were being like, man, you're like really getting into it and everything. And maybe that's when it officially was dubbed and named and crowned, was at those moments and everything. Maybe the Allen Iverson thing was the one that planted that seed, and then that's what was a
Kobe was great all around, man.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out Kobe.
And sharks are scary.
Yeah, yes they are. Yes, they are. Have you been? Wait, so in Santa Barbara, did you go?
Nah, I didn't. No,
So,
no.
okay.
You never surfed?
Nah.
Or never been surfing?
I've never been surfing, by the way.
I would try.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would try, bro, to be honest. I've been to Santa. You've been to Santa Cruz?
Mm-hmm.
Been to Santa
They got
Cruz?
great whites and shit.
I
over
would.
there.
Yeah, I'm not surfing, bro.
They actually got great whites everywhere, like off the California
Really?
coast.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, I can.
I would surf in like Hawaii or something.
I've never
I heard
even been to
even
Hawaii.
then,
Hawaii is nice.
You been there?
Still got
Yeah.
sharks
I ain't never
out
been.
there?
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
no,
bro.
but
This shit's huge.
Not great whites though.
Okay, yeah.
A great
No, that's a
white.
fact.
Yeah, that
Like,
motherfucker will not.
Plus, it's
think-
blue. It's more blue. It's warm.
Yeah,
it's,
it's
at least it's
fact.
worth it if you get it.
Yeah.
I'm not
At least
opposed to
in
going
Hawaii,
surfing. I just never done it. Plus, I'm in
Mm.
Sac. Like I would have to go to like San Francisco or some shit like that. You mean to
You
pull
go
up
to
there.
the river.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, there's no shark out there. Whatever.
Yeah, there's a different type of shark out there.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Yeah.
There's bacteria that will probably eat your flesh
Shout out to the American River.
Before you get it- before you get bit.
Joke, bro.
Shout out to the
I
American
know
River,
personal
bro.
stories.
For real?
You got
In
No,
the
some?
Sac
not me.
River? They
You got
got
some?
what's that
Come on
shit
now.
called?
Which one? The Sac? American River?
That
Yeah,
flesh-eating
one-
bacteria.
I remember they went river rafting,
What?
I think, or something in Sac at a river, and then they came back with just a bunch of shit on their skin. I was like, what the fuck?
That was happening in Sac at the American River because they said the homeless
E.
people were
coli, they were
pissing in
shitting.
out there.
You're shitting in the river and it was flowing
Yeah.
down river.
I couldn't
Nah,
have
Cool
that.
off that, bro.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I'm glad I ain't go that day.
You said he's ready.
I was supposed to. Let me tell you that.
Damn, and you're coming from the Bay thinking like, damn, this is what Sacramento represents
Yeah,
right now.
the wrong impression. Hey, the wrong fucking impression.
Fuck.
Right away off top, huh?
Just immediately just, are you from Sac? You
I
hella
ain't
dirty.
going over there no more.
Yeah.
That's what
It
you
ain't-
go over there for.
It ain't. No, listen, it ain't too bad. All right, it's
Nah,
not that
joke. Hey,
bad.
we got love for Sac, bro.
It's not
I
that
love
bad. You
Sac.
can go river rafting. That's like the go-to for a lot
Just
of people.
don't go with any open wounds.
Just don't go with any open wounds. Don't go Monday through Sunday. Don't go.
Monday through Sunday. Nah, I've done the raft shit on the Sac River or like American River.
People just get
It's
drunk and
fire.
sit on the damn tubes, right?
Just float.
Yeah, that's
Get
what it
water.
is.
Nah, it
guns.
sounds like a vibe, bro.
It's
Trust.
actually pretty
I
fun.
fuck with the water.
Yeah.
Rope swings.
I
Yeah.
fuck with Tahoe. And all
One
that.
time we did a rope swing. It was one of the homies I was with. He did this rope swing, right? And you know you're supposed to. So there's a certain point. There's a certain arc
Yeah.
where you get to a certain point and you gotta let go,
Yeah.
right? Homie didn't let go,
Mm.
right? Homie didn't let go, and he's a bit on the bigger side. Like me and him,
It's always the bigger people
Right,
that never
hey,
let go.
we're not
You notice
exactly-
that?
yo,
You realize that?
we're not exactly gonna trade clothes. You feel me? If you catch my drift, right? Like
Yeah.
he would have to buy 2 plane tickets. If you know what I'm saying? If you catch my drift,
Big
Like,
boy.
he's big boy. He's big boy, right?
Right. It's
So
always
Shout
the
out to
big
big
boy.
boys.
why he went on the rope swing is besides me, right? But he went on it. Homie didn't let go, and so he started coming back in. He let go. He fell. Like I would say, the water was maybe barely to his knees, right? Homie fell.
He bounced.
Snapped his ankle, right?
Ah.
Knew he snapped it. So fell, caught, and went. Called the cops. Like he knew. I was like, oh shit. So we had to call like 911 and everything, right? So they sent like damn near, like it looked like the goddamn Coast Guard. I don't know what the fuck they came in, right? But they had to climb down the hill. They
Carry him up.
They had to
Bro,
somehow
that's
bring him up
many as
to the
hell.
top, right? So
What if they called in the helicopter?
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, cause they came in that like people were circling. They were circling in the helicopter up top.
But did he have to get airlifted out of that bitch?
He didn't get it. He didn't have to. But
Then
so
that's how you know he's super big.
well,
Bro,
so you know
that's
what?
many as
But this
hell.
trip on this, what they did was, so if you go like maybe I don't know, like less than half a mile, a little bit more north, right? It gets a little more even, but it gets to a spot where like it's like a bike, like a walk trail, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had no bullshit. I just thought about this right now. No bullshit. They had to get an ATV and put this dude in the back of a sleigh, and they weren't whipping this shit.
They're
you know?
working smarter, not
But
harder.
they were fucking like just cruising and just brought them all the way up, right? And ever since then, I've never done a rope swing since. So.
Nah, yeah, big. There should be.
really.
There's definitely weight limits. They shouldn't have weight limits for rope swings, because it's they either never let go or they fall right when you're supposed to like go up.
Yeah,
You know they
Yeah.
can't hold
That's what
that
I'm saying.
strength, and then they just plow. It's like, bro, you didn't even have the chance to go up because they can't.
It's
Like they have
too
so much
much,
body
yeah.
weight, the arms can't hold them.
I'm telling you, it was an arcing point.
Shit, man, you guys set the homie up. That's fucked up.
Yo, if there's a time to use no jumper,
Man, protect everyone, man.
You
if
guys
there's a
set
time
the
to say
homie
no,
up.
no jumper, that was the time for me to say it.
Bro.
Anyway, so okay, bro. So I'm curious on this one too. So being at no jumper and everything, being associated with them, and you know, running everything that you run and everything, and being right there at that compound. Has there already been one time you think that you've ever been like, damn near like, not starstruck necessarily, but like really nervous or like excited to see?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Definitely. Because like a part of my job, I have to do the office vlogs. So I'm like recording the guests when they come in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, I got to talk to them and ask them stuff. But I got the camera in their face, so I got to be that guy.
Yeah.
So there's definitely times I've gotten like kind of starstruck or, you know, a little bit nervous of just like asking them. You know, definitely one person was Currency. It's one of my like, you know, it's just like, just fucking love Currency, man.
Yeah. That's when they hit.
Yeah, he pulled up. I was
Imagine.
just like, I wanted to ask for a pic. I didn't ask for the pic. I didn't
Yeah.
ask for the pic.
Next one,
yeah.
man, when he comes on here. On yours.
Exactly, man. But yeah, I mean,
And this.
it's just funny to see like who gets starstruck for who in the office.
Yeah.
Because it's like, to someone, Currency is just a fucking rapper.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But to me, I'm just
Yeah,
like, bro,
you-
he's the fucking
You
goat.
tapped in, yeah.
He's the goat.
Yeah, man. That's Currency.
So it's like, it's one of those things at the office where some people just, you could tell if they ask for a picture, which it rarely happens. We don't really,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we kind of have to keep
Play
it
it
professional.
cool,
Yeah, keep it cool.
You
Yeah.
only got a couple like, let me take pictures with the
Yeah.
guest
Yeah.
cards.
Hey, real
You can
quick.
take pictures of them, but
Yeah.
with
Right.
them,
It's like, yeah, so many.
you want to keep
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
not written down, obviously,
Right.
but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
just kind of keep it
Thanks.
mellow.
Hold on, I need this one.
So you got to choose wisely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Currency, I had to cash that coupon in. I was just like, nah. Or I wanted to actually, I didn't.
Oh,
But I did get to
man.
take, you know, I did get to talk to him like with the camera and, you know, take a picture of him. But that was one of those ones where I was just,
That time will come again. You feel me?
Yeah.
It'll come again. We
yeah,
got
man.
it.
It'd be
Chef's
like
kiss.
wild ass shit. Honestly, one time I should have asked for a picture this time too. We were in Vegas. I was doing a podcast with Adam and Dan Bilzerian.
Oh shit.
And we were at Dan Bilzerian's house, and it was my job to set up the podcast. And I kind of like was just like, what the fuck? It was one of those moments where
It's
it's like,
Dan
bro, what the
Bilzerian.
fuck is going on?
How many girls were there?
It was pretty mellow. It was just like
Oh,
his
okay.
girl and like a couple. They started coming after, but we did the
That's
podcast.
mellow, bro.
It was not because you would think it'd be like
36.
hell
football
of
team
bitches
with them.
just
Yeah.
everywhere.
Facts.
But it was very like, nah, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, nah,
But
he
we
tried
got to have
be
dinner
classy.
with him after.
Ah.
So I'm just like, bro, why did I not get a pic? I should have, even if I just asked, like,
Yeah. The simple arm around. Hey, bro.
On his way to the
just
bathroom
like, or the
something.
candid one. I'm just eating,
Just like this?
smoking a wood with Dan Bilzerian, eating food
Yeah,
that
yeah.
his chef just cooked up.
Thanks.
That was one of them ones where I'm just like, fuck, bro.
That's
You gotta
dope.
just ask.
Yeah.
Because Adam didn't even ask for a picture.
Damn.
Maybe if he would have asked, I would have done it.
Yeah.
That's
Right
when you get
after.
the screen grabs from the videos, you know?
But also at the end of the day, too, you gotta just treat these people like real ass everyday people.
Yeah, live in the moment.
Just
True.
talk to them. I like having, you know, that real interaction rather than just be like, yo, let me just get this pic.
Mhm.
I'd rather chop it up with you and not ask for a picture than ask for a picture and not get to know who you are in a
Yeah.
way, you know?
That's
Yeah.
dope. Yeah.
It just means more.
Yeah. And it's like, you're right. Like, these people come back, they'll remember you.
Yeah, for real.
Then you ask for the pic.
Yeah, the
Right.
second time around.
Yeah, you know, you gotta
yeah.
just be sly with it.
But good on you on that, bro, because like, you know, like obviously, you know, you being in your position too, being around them and everything, like it's so simple to just be like, hey man, like even if it's just a simple little, you know what I'm saying, up in the hand selfie.
I
But
look down upon that.
yeah, that's
Don't
what I'm
be
saying.
thirsty.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And also, like, a lot of the No Jumper vlogs are through my point of view.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Yeah,
What you look like doing like this?
it's
Turning
like,
it
yeah,
around.
well, I gotta pick. Like, it's like I could take a picture, but also it's like I could send you this link to this whole video I recorded. It's got all this shit,
Mhm.
and it's me behind it. That's what kind
Thanks.
of trips me out sometimes.
Mhm.
No, that's true, bro. That's true. And,
So-
and that's the thing, like, obviously on paper you have these roles, but you obviously throwing your own flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's just like one of those things where we're talking about our kids are gonna be able to watch this shit.
Mhm.
I'll be able to show my kids just No Jumper vlogs that it's like, yo, your
Really
dad held the
sweet,
camera
too.
right here and
Yeah.
edited this. This is through my eyes, this whole experience. It's not Adam's. It's not, and it's like my perspective represents the No Jumper audience.
Yeah.
Like that, they see what I see.
Yeah. That's
know?
dope.
No, that's
so it's
facts.
like fuck, bro. It's just,
And you know all the
shit's
back
dope.
end that like the average Joe
shit that
wouldn't.
got cut, all that.
Facts.
But then it's like, I'll have podcasts that I'll edit and shoot for No Jumper, and it's like some of them touch a lot of views. And it's just like, damn, bro.
You worked on that masterpiece, bro.
This is literally, all these people are witnessing shit through my lens.
Yeah.
You know?
That is
Yeah.
insane. That
Like
is
my
insane.
perspective is like 1 million views.
Yeah, and
And this is my life.
lens,
This is what
yeah.
I've created.
facts.
And not just podcasting, right? We eat too, right?
We hungry? Yeah.
We hungry. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
We hungry. We've been doing shit. You know, office vlogs, recap videos of the live shows. You know, there's a whole bunch of different little flavors, but they're all videos.
Yeah, it's
But
like
yeah.
bro. It's just like Mr. B says. He's like, man, too many people are focused on the money. Like, why don't you just create cool shit?
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're saying right now. It's like that right there, bro. The way you just painted it, where you were like, hold on, this is the way I seen it at that very moment, and you got millions behind that. It's just a crazy ass feeling that like you created.
No, it's dope. It's dope. I mean, it just takes time, takes work, you know, takes adjustment.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of shit, but I'm definitely extremely lucky.
Yeah.
And, you know, blessed.
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean,
Living
shit. I
the
mean,
dream.
this is a test. This is literally a test of all that, bro. Like, the fact that, like, you know, you left your area, you know, got out of your comfort zone, even though, you know, your background isn't media and production and all this stuff. The fact that you did what you got to do, I mean, I just like I said, the story about being at No Jumper, the fact that it wasn't just like no overnight thing. It wasn't something that you were just like, yo, check this out, cool, we got you. It was like there was a process for it, you know what I'm saying? And it's important for people to hear, because a lot of times, a lot of us, and maybe I'm guilty of this too, it'd be nice, right? It'd be nice to get that overnight success. It'd be nice to have that one viral moment that we talk about that would get you, you know what I'm saying, all these views and downloads for everything. But the realization is that not everything happens so quick, right? It's also appreciating those 6 to 9 months where there was maybe like talks. It's also appreciating the years where you're thinking about it, like, should I do this, should I do that, and started 4 years ago and investing in something.
Anyone who is a master of something put in the time, and they've made those failures, and they've learned from those experiences and mistakes. So it's like, if you want to be a master at this shit, you got to put in the time, just regardless, no matter what. Put in the time and fail, because that's going to give you the best learning experiences. Like, for real.
That's the best teacher, right?
Experiences and failure, and just trying and, you know, learning to adjust, for real.
That's a fact. Yeah. What you think?
No, I agree. I agree. What are some of like the biggest failures you feel like you've grown from lately?
I mean, I've had to go, like, I shoot music videos, right? So
my guy does it all.
yeah. So I was just in a place where I was creating music videos, and I was just putting a lot of pressure on myself. And it was like it was becoming not fun. You know, and it wasn't necessarily, I guess actually one L was I had just done one of my biggest music videos, and then I had gotten another deal from that one with the same artist, and then it just ended up getting scrapped. And it was just like, damn, it was like I lost money on it. It was just an L, not a good look. And like it just kind of had me second guessing, like, damn, am I actually good enough to do this shit?
Yeah.
So it's like, going through that experience, I was just damn near ready to quit. And I kind of did, in a sense, like, just take a step back and just realize, like, what's important, and, like, kind of put my priorities, because I just thought, like, all right, man, these music videos are you just got to go hard and just make dope shit. And I just put a lot of time and effort into them, and it was just a high stress. And it was something I loved to do, but then it turned into, like, something that was just like a dark cloud, in a sense. Like, it's just a lot of pressure.
Facts. And that same pressure kind of made it like not.
Yeah, it just fucked up my whole mental, bro.
Creative,
And it's like, it's easy to crash out in a way.
Facts.
Especially when you're just in the mix, or, you know, you're just trying to make it, and you're just like not really trying to deal with, like, your actual problems.
That's
You feel me?
real life. That's real life.
So it was like one of those things, like, I just had to go through that and kind of just mature, in a sense, and kind of make sure and like reevaluate what my priorities are. You know, like, I wanted to be the best and successful, and, you know, have all these like superficial type like things to represent my success, but really I'm just like, all right, bro, like, I'm gonna get there when I get there. But you kind of gotta focus on like if you're happy, your mental health, you know, like waking up, doing healthy habits, all that shit. Like that's some wave I'm on right now. I'm at that age where it's just like, all right, bro, like if you really want to be great at this shit, it's time to buckle in and
yes, sir,
not fuck around.
Yeah,
That's real.
yeah.
So I mean, fucking around is fun when you're a certain age, and like it's always fun, and
It has its time.
it's fun.
Yeah.
What I've realized, bro, it's like it's fun when you have a valid reason and why you know why you're fucking around in a sense, like and fuck around. I say like party or drink.
Yeah,
you know,
going out
just
there
go
messing
have
around.
fun. Yeah.
Facts.
Because it's just like, bro, that alcohol, all that shit, just addictions. Not even that. Like,
oh yeah, not true.
all that shit. Like you gotta. There comes a day where you gotta just stop all that shit, or at least try.
Ain't no switching up. Yeah.
You know. So
No, I see what you're saying.
it comes full circle when you just realize like what is important to you and just
True.
being able to build healthier habits and that will make the difference in your work.
Yeah.
And in your life, especially with podcasting, it's like, bro, you gotta be happy. You gotta,
gotta enjoy it too.
Yeah, you can't, it's just like it's a reflection of you and your mood, and where you are. Like, it's tough, but you know, everyone struggles. That's what I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
Like, or just realizing it's just like, all right, no matter what level you at.
Yeah.
That's
because I'm around people with successful businesses.
Talk about it,
and
bro.
I see them struggling too, like maybe mentally,
right.
Maybe not in the bank, but mentally, they're going through shit. Like everyone goes through shit.
Yes,
I just think that so many people believe that once you get at a certain point, your life is perfect.
No, more money, more problems is real.
Yeah. They think it's like a comfort blanket, right? Oh, you got the money, you got the success, you should be cool. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. It's like money. Does money bring happiness? No, but it brings it makes your life comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
you gotta worry about exactly certain shit.
Just move around easier.
I know rich people that aren't happy. I know broke people that are happy. I know broke people that aren't happy, and I know rich people that are happy. It's like
all humans. You know what I mean? Everybody go through some shit. We're all the same, you know?
Yeah, it's a cliche to say, but at the end of the day, like it's real, and you know, it's like the media nowadays too. They're trying to just polarize everything and make it two-sided and make you pick a side and
that's true.
Right, that's the thing that's getting pushed, right?
I mean, it just gets
feels like
most, you know. I mean, it's
traction,
like our government, bro.
right?
It's like the you know, Democrat, Republican. I don't want to go there, but it's like
but that's a divisiveness already, right?
Yeah,
you go here, you get labeled this. You think this way, you're labeled that, right? So it's divisiveness and labels. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. I do got one thing too. This is actually a listener submission question. You know what I'm saying? So, like a lot of times or many times too, college students approach searching for a career like in a very traditional way. So whether that be, you know, YouTube, Google, or just like asking around, right? It's a very traditional way of thinking for everything, right? Do you remember actually the way you approached No Jumper, right? Like you just said earlier, in such a unique way, and you know, like being fresh out of college. Can you remember when you gained the confidence from that? And also, did anyone pour that confidence into you? And also in that, what influenced that creativity?
All right, I look at it like, okay, most successful people, you want people to fuck with you, right?
Yeah.
In order for people to fuck with you, you have to have something to offer to them. Everything's a transaction.
Yeah.
You know, people say that, right?
What can you do for me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like when you are coming up or you're plotting on shit, you're trying to create value. You're trying to make your transaction worth whoever's time.
Right.
So like for the example of like this YouTube content creation shit, like I was thinking in that sense. So I was like, okay, let me do the title shit. Like I said earlier, it's a win-win. It's a transaction.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like having that mentality of just making it like two-sided, even though I might not necessarily have the clout. But hey, I've figured out a way to help you too in your creation. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the key. And that's why he was down. And he got that.
Yeah.
So it was like I like that, having that mentality or just the understanding of the game, like I think was the creative part of it.
Yeah.
You know? And then even that, bro, when we were there, like it was hard rolling up that shit, like because it's like you have the idea, but executing the idea is really important to
you.
you.
It sounds good on paper.
Yeah.
To you, innit?
Yeah. And then what was the second half of that question, or
about like creativity? Like what was the creativity in that you got from or poured into?
I mean, really, bro, it was just like one of those things where we did the video, it went successful, and then it was just okay. I'm just still in SAC going to college, like still progressing. And then we eventually hit 100,000 subscribers, and then I graduated college, and then, you know, just putting yourself out there in terms of just like DMing people. Like a DM changed my life. I DM'd Adam. It was at the time he was opening DMs, or I don't know if he does or doesn't, but it was just easier to get a hold of people, right? So I just literally DM'd him the idea, and he actually responded. Right. And then, you know, I DM'd the dude who I met that day years later to be like, yo, hey, I just got out of college. I have this skill. I know this. I feel like I could be helped. Like, be proactive. Don't wait for that shit to come to you. So that's one of those things where it's just like, all right, I had to do that.
Amazing.
And that's what I think makes the difference.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, a lot of relationships and connections are built off of that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cool thing for us to see. It's a cool thing for us to be a part of, and it's a cool thing for us to also witness for a person like you at a bigger level and everything. And it's just reassurance for me. You know, personally speaking, it's reassurance, man. Seeing everything that you're doing, everything that you're continuing to do, and hearing the stories, and obviously getting to know you a little more and everything. It's reassurance that I feel like I needed, and I feel like our trip, it was like we came here for a purpose, for a reason. And like I said, the way things happen for a reason and all this, the fact that you are our last person here, like literally right when we get done right here, we're driving all the way back up north. So the fact that you are this last one to top this off, man, it was the reassurance that we needed.
No, it's dope. It goes both ways though. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm a creator like y'all too. Yeah. So it's like, just your guys' hunger motivates me. And that's why I really like listen to podcasts to start with. It's just like having some motivation, having some inspiration. Exactly. You know, so it's like, it's dope. I fuck with you guys, what you guys are doing. Like, yeah, we all got to do it, you know? Yeah. So it's like,
and we come back down here again, we definitely locking in and tapping in. It's and easy, letting people know, man. So do me a favor, bro. Tell the people, we gonna link everything right here, man. Tell them where they could reach you at, what's the best way. Word. And the studio.
Let's go. You can follow me on Instagram at Trevor Potter, YouTube the VBC. Check out No Jumper as well. Doing a lot of fun interviews and vlogs over there. VBC Studios, you could DM me on Instagram, or you could follow the VBC with a space in between on Instagram.
We'll link it.
DM me if you need studio access, help on a podcast, consulting, all that. I do it all. I'm for the creator. Hey. I love the creatives out there. Keep creating. Hey. Sounds corny, but it's real as fuck. Yeah.
For creators,
just
try
it. Just try. Go out there, learn the shit. No one's stopping you. There's no gatekeeping in this shit. You can give away the sauce, and it doesn't matter.
One last question, bro. One last question. So it's like, I look at that big ass building, and I'm just like, damn, how does one go from just sitting in front of a mic to that big ass building? If there's like one tip you could give, bro, to be like, all right, I win is this, do that, and it'll get you there, what would it be? Like, obviously, like, consistency and shit like that, but like a little deeper, bro.
Well, consistency definitely is important. And entertaining content is honestly a big key to this shit.
Yeah.
But I would also say, like, not being complacent with or not just getting comfortable in where you're at. Okay. You know, like, all these bosses, even if they got money, they're trying to make more money. I see. They're never like, oh, I made it. Okay. Oh, I'm here. You know, there's no stop to this shit.
I see.
So it's like, if you look at it like that, like, I could be like, oh wow, I'm lit, I got a studio, you know. Yeah. But it's like, bro, you got to constantly be striving and plotting on what's the next move. How can I make this better?
I see. So get used to that feeling of like, what's next? Let me go do something else. Like,
not even something else, just improving what you're doing, bro. Like, when I first moved in here, I didn't have this carpet. I was just like, I don't like how it looks, but it wasn't really a big deal. But it's just like, to me, it was like, you got to improve the image quality for us, since we're, you know, yeah. Even if you're a fucking, you know, if you make cars or you do a body detail,
the little certain things.
Like, there's always gonna be challenges. You always got to just learn more and just soak it up.
Well, Future and Drake's, maybe they have a song, "Never Satisfied."
No, that's
Never
real.
Satisfied.
It's like a thing. I've read some shit where it's like the most successful people have this, like, I think it's called like imposter syndrome or whatever, where it's like they kind of believe that they're here. They're one, narcissistic, so there's one side of them that believes they're different, but then there's also this like insecurity of just like, yo, nothing, I've never made it, you know. So it's kind of, it got me thinking, like, yeah, I guess that's kind of true, where it's like, you like, why do some of these guys have millions and millions of dollars? Like, why the fuck do they want more?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like they could have just
True.
stopped.
Yeah.
But then the reason why they never stop is the reason why they have millions.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So it's just like, fuck, just keep going,
That's
keep
real.
going, but improve your shit. Just don't get lazy.
Yeah.
It's easy to get lazy in this content game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it here first.
No,
Don't
it
get
really
lazy,
is.
man. Put in them fucking hours.
Yeah, because it does take a lot. But
You
I
gotta
can
shoot
see
in the
why-
gym, Mamba
Mhm.
mentality, dog.
Nobody
let's
cares.
get it.
Get to work. Nobody cares. Get to
Yeah.
work.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Come on now, yeah.
That's a
Come
fact.
on.
Bro, man, thank you again. Thank you for the time. Thank you
Hell
for
yeah.
providing, like, just everything that you've been doing for us, bro. Like, it means a lot to me. I know for a fact it means a lot for Samuel. We're learning into this, and you're drawing inspiration from you, bro. So shouts out to you,
That's
and
love.
all the best, all the best of luck with everything, and you got a supporter in us.
Let's go, man. We'll drive safe back to Northern California,
Yeah.
man. This has been dope.
Yeah.
Glad you guys
Just
gave me
love,
the
bro.
opportunity.
Appreciate you.
Jeez.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Come on now.
Yeah, come on
now.
Hypocritical
AF. Let's go.
podcast, man.
All right. Y'all
Get
stay safe.
familiar right now.
Peace.
Yeah.